Gautam Buddha's given name was Siddhartha. Gautama is his family name, so his full name was Gautama Siddhartha. Buddha is not his name, it is his awakening. Buddha simply means one who is awakened. Gautam Buddha is the most famous awakened person. But that does not mean that he is the only awakened person. There have been many Buddhas before him, and there have been many Buddhas after him. And as long as every human can become a Buddha, new Buddhas will go on springing up in the future. Everyone has the potentiality. It is only a matter of waiting for the right time. One day, tortured by the outside reality, in despair of having seen everything and found nothing, you are bound to turn inward. The very word Buddha means awakened intelligence. The word buddhi, which means intellect, also comes from the same root. The root word Budh has many dimensions to it. There is no single English word that can translate it. It has many implications, it is fluid and poetic. In no other language does any word like Budh exist, with so many meanings. There are at least 5 meanings to the word Budh. The first is to wake oneself up, to awaken others, to be awake. As such, it is opposed to being asleep, in the slumber of delusion, from which the enlightened awakens as from a dream. That is the first meaning of intelligence. Budh is to create an awakening in you. Ordinarily people are asleep. Even while you think you are awake, you are not. Walking on the road, you are fully awake in your mind. But from the perspective of a Buddha, you are fast asleep. Because 1,001 dreams and thoughts are clamoring inside you. Your inner light is clouded in a kind of sleep. Yes, your eyes are open, obviously. But people can walk in a dream in sleep with open eyes. Buddha says you are also walking in sleep with open eyes. But your inner eye is not open. You don't know yet who you are. You have not looked into your own reality. You are not awake. A mind full of thoughts is not awake, cannot be awake. Only a mind that has dropped thoughts and thinking, which has dispersed the clouds. So the sun is burning bright in a sky, utterly empty of clouds, is the mind that is intelligent, that is awake. Intelligence is the capacity to be in the present. The more you are in the past or in the future, the less intelligent you are. Intelligence is the capacity to be here now. To be in this moment and nowhere else. Then you are awake. For example, you are sitting in a house, and the house suddenly catches fire, your life is in danger. Then for a moment you will be awake. In that moment you will not think many thoughts. In that moment you forget your past. In that moment you will not be clamored at by your psychological memories. That you had loved a woman 30 years before and boy, it was fantastic. Or that the other day, you had been to the Chinese restaurant, and still the taste lingers with the aroma of the freshly cooked food. You will not be in those thoughts. No, when your house is on fire you cannot afford this kind of thinking. Suddenly you will rush to this moment. The house is on fire, and your life is at stake. You will not dream about the future or about what you are going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow is no longer relevant. Yesterday is no longer relevant. Even today is no longer relevant. Only this moment, this split second. That is the first meaning of Budh, intelligence. And then there are great insights. A man who wants to be awake, wants to be a Buddha, has to live each moment in such intensity. As you live only rarely in some danger. The first meaning is the opposite of sleep. Naturally, you can see reality only when you are not asleep. You can face it, you can look into the eyes of truth or call it God only when you are awake. Do you understand the point of intensity, the point of being on fire? Utterly awake, there is insight. That insight brings freedom, that insight brings truth.